Hi, welcome. I'm Ashley Schrader. This is a short flow designed to relax the neck and the inner shoulder. Hopefully, by the end of this, you'll feel a lot of release here so that you have more clarity here. We're going to use a block, and you'll need that for the end. If you don't have a block, I'd suggest getting a big book, a couple of like encyclopedia-sized books, and then a blanket or a towel that you can lay over so it's a little bit soft because we're going to be massaging the occipital muscles with the edge of the block, so you don't want it to be too hard. And we'll start in a comfortable seat. So if you'd like to sit on a block to get the hips above the knees, you go ahead. Take a moment to allow the shoulders to shift back over the hips, the skull to find some levity over the base of the spine, and the arms to be in a position that has a little bit of intention behind it. Notice what you're doing here with the hands and just be aware of the quality of that mudra or position. Take a moment to consciously soften the shoulders. And then imagine the tops of the ears lifting up and back. Keep that length in the neck. You can keep the eyes closed here to begin. Reach the right hand over to the right. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. And then just start to lean over to the right. Take the left shoulder, draw it back. Ground the left hip so you're actively pressing the left hip down. And then take that right shoulder blade and hug it in towards your rib cage. Continue to actively press the left hip down as you deepen the breath to make more length in the left side body. Keep where you are in the right side and the right arm. Just reach the left hand to the left and down. The left thumb will point down and then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. So my left hand is hovering above the floor, maybe by 6 to 8 inches. And then you can decide if you want to shift the head forward and back. And then you can even reach the left arm behind the back. The left hip continues to press down. One more here. Take your right palm and press it into the mat so you can start to sit up with the torso. Take the right hand to the right side of the face and then gently lift the head up. Take a couple shoulder circles. Switch the foot that's in front and then reach the left hand over to the left and the right arm up towards the sky and then lean to the left. Same idea, ground the right hip as the right shoulder moves back. And then take that left palm, press it into the mat, and wrap that left elbow forward so that the left shoulder blade kind of supports the back of the rib cage there. And even though you're reaching with the right arm, that tendency is for the inner shoulder to come along for the ride. Can you soften there? And then go ahead and reach the right hand to the right. Right thumb points down. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder and find that nice, indulgent stretch there in the right side of the neck. And you choose in what direction you go here. And you can really start to engage the breath. Maybe the right arm moves behind the back. Go nice and slow as you take these movements. You can close the eyes as the head falls. And then just go ahead and press yourself up. Head is the last thing to come up. You can use the left hand for a little bit of extra support. And then there you are. Take a couple of shoulder circles. Look forward. Climb up onto hands and knees and tabletop. Spread the fingers wide and just take a few cat-cows here to begin. Just kind of warming up the spine. And there's no need here, since we're focused on neck today, there's no need to make any huge movements with the head. Give yourself one more inhale, belly down, shoulders back. Exhale, round out the spine. Inhale, come back to neutral spine, tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. This first down dog is all you, so any movements that feel good, shifting in and out of plank or taking the heel side to side, you can take them. And noticing how the breath now starts to connect with that movement. On the next inhale, lift the heels up high, bend the knees, look forward, slowly step forward to the top of the mat. Generous bend in the knees, exaggerate it. So just be really heavy and let the arms be supported by the floor as the crown of the head sinks closer and closer to the hands. And notice if you could intentionally soften even more in the face. And keep that softness while rooting through the legs. So drive the feet down into the mat, and almost like you're going to take your heels and traction them out laterally. So you feel like the glutes turn on, but nothing changes in the neck and the face. Keep that grounding action, keep that softness in the arms. Just slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. And then we meet together here, standing tall. Longer neck already, softer jaw. Find Ujjayi breath in and out the nose. Consider if the neck really is a place where you hold tension, a place outside of the studio or out beyond the mat that you could really commit to staying soft and full of ease in this space between the skull and the shoulders. On the next inhale, open the eyes, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and look up towards the sun. Exhale, big swan dive, fold forward. You can keep a little bend here in the knees. Take a halfway lift, inhale, shoulders retract away from the ears. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands underneath the shoulders, step it back to plank. Inhale here in plank. Good, and then on the exhale, you can take knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Inhale, can you slide your hips down and lift the chest up? Head is the last thing up. Exhale, lower back down, tuck the toes under, press right up into plank. And then on the exhale, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, lift the heels up. On the exhale, drop the heels over to the right. So you're really pressing the feet down. You can bend the knees, but find some space in the left side. Inhale, bring the heels back up through center. Exhale, drop them over to the left. Same idea. Keep rooting through the left palm. Send the right hip back away from the right shoulder and breathe. So we're creating space in the side body of the quadratus lumborum, and that's sending a message up to the neck. Come on back through center with the heels. Inhale. Good. On the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, slowly step forward towards the top of the mat. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, press the palms together, heart center. Let's do that again. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, take a fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Go ahead and take a vinyasa. You can take chaturanga if that feels good. We eventually meet in downward facing dog. Go ahead and lower the knees to the mat. Take the hips towards the heels. Interlace the fingers behind the back and open up the chest. Inhale. Keep the chest open, but start to hug the ribs in. Bend at the elbows. Take that package there of your hands and move it to the left side waist. Take the elbows, squeeze them in towards each other. Continue to hug the ribs in, and then drop the left or the right ear towards the right shoulder. Inhale, come back up through center, and then switch sides. Left ear towards left shoulder. Inhale, come back up through center. Keep that bind. Just drive the shins down so that the pelvis moves up. Step the right foot forward towards the top of the mat. Traction the sole of the right foot down as you send the pelvis forward. And then reach that fist down the left hamstring. So you're opening up across the chest. You don't have to go super deep into the hips. Continue to ground through the sole of the right foot. And if you need to, send the hips back. Take one more breath here. Good. Slowly release that. Left hand down underneath left shoulder, left toes tuck. Left knee lifts, right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, an easy twist here. Good. On the exhale, look down. Walk both hands along the left long edge of the mat. Turn the left toes out. Bend the left knee. Straighten the right leg and just find this high side lunge. My right quad is lifting. The outer edge of my right foot is pressing into the mat. My head is neutral. My shoulders move back away from my ears. So again, we're grounding through the legs, but the neck stays soft. Good. Now look forward. You can walk the hands forward towards the top of the mat and find a warrior two. So my right toes point forward, my right knee stacks over my right ankle, my arms reach out to a T. Good. Now from here, interlace fingers behind the back and then take that fist over towards the right side waist. Drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another, hug the ribs in, make space across the inner thighs, and stay light on the right toes. So how engaged are you in the legs? How supportive can you be for your ankle, for your knee, for your pelvis? But staying soft and relaxed here in the neck. One more here. Good. On the next inhale, straighten the right leg. Reach the right arm up and back and just take a little reverse warrior. And then inhale, rise up, arms out to a T, left foot toe heels forward a couple times. Reach the right arm forward, right hand down to shin or block. Left arm reaches up. And then reach the left arm forward here first. So take the outer edge of that back foot, ground it into the mat, and then press the pelvis towards the left wall. Now reach the left arm up towards the ceiling. Internally rotate the left shoulder, reach the left arm behind the back, and take a half bind here. This time right ear towards right shoulder. Take your right shoulder and move it away from your right ear. So you feel like your right shoulder blade move back. And let that neck soften. Now look down. Put a little bend in the right knee. Get your block forward in front of the right foot. See if you can keep the half bind. Traction the right foot back. Slide forward, half moon. So my left heel is moving back in space. If you've got balance, you can look towards the left wall. Otherwise, just keep looking down. Same idea though, the shoulders move back away from the ears. One more breath. Slowly bend the right knee. Take it up. Keep that half bind. Reach the right arm forward. Reverse warrior with a bind this time. Rise up, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down. Frame the right foot. Vinyasa. Any vinyasa that feels good works. Lower the knees, hips to heels, other side. Interlace fingers behind the back. Squeeze the elbows together as you take the fists over to the right side waist. Hug the ribs in. Drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Feel the front of the anterior right shoulder open up. And then come back through center, other side. Right ear towards right shoulder. Inhale, come back up. Here we go. Shoulders stay down, but legs get really active and drive us and propel us up and forward. Left foot steps forward, hips move forward, fists move down, right hamstring, chest lifts. How full and expansive is the breath here? Remember, you can ease out of the hips. One more. Release right palm down underneath right shoulder, right toes tuck, left arm reaches up towards the ceiling, easy twist. Look down, walk both hands along the right long edge of the mat, turn the right toes out, straighten the left leg, find your side lunge with hips high. Navel is lifted, shoulders move back away from ears, and legs are really grounded. One more. Look forward. Slowly walk the hands forward and then make your way up to warrior two. Go ahead and interlace fingers behind the back and take the fists over towards the left side waist and then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Now again, we're bringing awareness into the rooting action of the legs while simultaneously sending that message to the brain that it's okay to stay soft in the shoulders and in the neck. All right, on the next inhale, slowly bring the head up, open up warrior two, flip the left palm, reach up and back, reverse warrior. Straighten the left knee, reach back a little more. Rise up on the inhale, toe heel the right foot forward once or twice. If you used your block before, you can use it this time. Left hand down, right arm up, and then right arm reaches forward. Press the pelvis towards the right wall. And then inhale, reach the right arm up, internally rotate right shoulder, bend at right elbow, reach right arm behind the back, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Breathe. So we're using the pose to be supportive of the breath. And then the breath communicates with the mind. Start to look down, keep your bind if you can, slide your block forward if you used it before, traction the left foot back, take off, half moon. Right hip moves back, back, back. Both shoulders move back away from the ears, maintain the long neck and the soft jaw and brow. Press through the sole of the left foot and almost like you're externally rotating at the left hip. Even though there's no movement there, that's the energetic action at the hip. Little bend in the left knee, bend, bend, bend. Keep that bind, ground the sole of the right foot down. The right heel finds the floor. Reach up and back, reverse warrior with a little bind here. Inhale, straighten the left knee, reach back a little more. And then rise up, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands down, frame the foot, vinyasa. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth, let it go. Lower the knees to the mat. Take the hips towards the heels. And just slide over to your hips over to one side and send the legs forward. We will finish up here. Take the sole of the right foot to the inside of the left thigh. Fingertips press down to frame the left leg. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, we just take a forward fold over the left thigh. You can take the right hand and reach it to the outside of the left foot as you fold. Some people will cross at both wrists and hold on to the foot with both hands, but just catch whatever you can there on the left leg. And I want you to feel like if I were there, I would be taking my hand and pressing down onto the right thigh so that it almost rolls back. So your right thigh, your right hip is grounding and externally rotating. And then you can use that to propel you forward even more. One more here. Relax the head. You can even use a block for support of the head too. Inhale to slowly rise. Option 1, you stay here in this Janu Shirshasana shape. Option 2 is half lotus. So I lift my right heel up and in towards my navel. My right knee points forward. I can reach, we all do this, reach the right arm behind the back. If you have half lotus, bind right hand to right foot, or just hold on to your shirt, or just keep the right arm behind the back. From here, I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my right thigh. From there, I'm going to take my left hand, press it into my right thigh, but then work against that by pressing my right thigh back into my left hand. The angle between my left leg and my right shin is going to get bigger. Then from there, I'm going to twist and just look back behind me. Keep the left toes pointing up. Keep the left leg really engaged. And then inhale, get a little bit taller. Exhale, use that right leg as leverage to twist a little deeper. Okay, keep the right arm behind the back. Slowly let go of the twist. Take the left hand to the shin there, or you can catch the foot. And then drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. So notice my, sorry if this is making noise for you, my microphone's falling out of my ear. Notice if the right neck could soften a little bit more. And then inhale, slowly rise up. Release that bind there. Shake out the legs. We'll move to the other side. Take the sole of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Go ahead and take the right fingertips out to the right. Reach the left hand to the outside of the right leg, the right foot. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold over the right thigh. Remember, I like to have my head supported here, so you can slide a block underneath the brow. You can cross at the wrists, but really take that left thigh and press it down and almost backwards. One more. Inhale, slowly come up. Stay here with the legs, or take your half lotus, left arm behind the back, you might bind. And then reach the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. Push the left thigh into the right hand. Open up that angle between the legs, and then look back behind you. Inhale, ground the sit bones, ground the left thigh, lift the chest, and look back. Exhale, just take a twist a little deeper. One more here. Good. Inhale. We can slowly release that twist, and then on the exhale, drop the right forearm to the right shin or the foot, and then drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. Let that left hip sink to the floor. So you feel lengthening happening in the low back, in the left hip, and in the left neck. One more. Inhale, slowly rise. And exhale, release the left leg. Shake it out. Here we go. Take your block and put it on level 2. The bottom part edge of the block here is going to press into like the base of my skull. It's not pressing against my neck. It's the base of my skull. So from here, I'm just going to lie back. Align the block with the base of the skull, or rest the arms wherever it feels good. You can keep the feet wide and drop the knees in. And then just really start to kind of move back and forth just a little bit. Very, very slowly. And then start to turn the head to the right. A little bit more, a little bit more. Go as far as you can without straining. And then come back about halfway until you find this ropey muscle. And then that's where we are going to let the pressure sit. So initial tendency might be to tense up. Notice the usual suspects, the fingers or the jaw, even the shoulders. Come back another third. You'll find another muscle there. And just imagine like the shoulders are starting to sink closer to the floor, like they're made of lead. And you can come back through the center, take a moment and just watch the tissues there on the right side of the neck reoxygenate. And then go ahead and look to the left. Come back about halfway. Soften. Watch your tendencies. It's probably going to feel a little different on this side. Notice if the breath is choppy or paused involuntarily. Open and free that back up. And back another third. And then come back through the center. Go ahead and take the block, move it away, and take over your space here. We've got to take a shavasana after all that neck release. Tuck the shoulder blades under to release the cervical spine and let the back of the head be supported by the ground beneath you. That pressure point release there is excellent for tension headaches. And just imagine that space now in the shoulder and the neck, manifesting itself in the mind through the nervous system. Slowly begin to re-expand the breath. Find some movement there in your periphery, your fingers and your toes, wrists and ankles. Reach the arms up overhead, draw the legs together. Inhale for a long body stretch. Exhale, let that go. Walk the feet in one at a time. Pick the hips up, move them over to one side, and just roll on to the opposite side. Use that bicep as a pillow. Then slowly press yourself up to a comfortable seat. You can keep the eyes closed. Once you're there, just notice this length and spaciousness, maybe even clarity. Press the palms together, heart center. Inhale, fill up on breath. And let that go out the mouth. Good. One more. Inhale. Let it go. Inhale, thumbs to brow. Exhale, bow forward, sealing your practice. Namaste.